Hi, Joel Russell, founder of eImagine. I recently spoke at the Indiana Business Analysis Development Day Conference, or NBAD, and the topic I chose to talk about was leading against the grain. How do you communicate effectively upstream inside an organization? And the 2 points I've made thus far, number one, being vulnerable. How can vulnerability in your communication and vulnerability in yourself show up to make you more effective as you communicate upstream inside an organization? And number two, landing the plane. Instead of circling and looking for data and looking for facts, how can you concise things down, take a stand, make a point, land the plane, and be more effective in your upstream communication? The third point I like to make is a simple thing I call the 3 Ps. Prepare, prepare, and prepare. When you go into a meeting with senior or executives inside of your company, you need to be prepared for the meeting. You need to know your facts, you need to know your figures, you need to have looked at the meeting agenda and know what's on it, and you need to be thinking about what's not on the agenda that may get asked inside the meeting today. Too often times inside of meetings, you're only prepared for what you see and you're not thinking the bigger picture. The example I give, there's a recently retired CEO of a publicly traded firm here in Indianapolis, and he was an awfully smart guy, this man. And inside of meetings, he was always questioning people. They present 27 months of data. He wanted to know what happened in those months. We grew 14%. He said, my data shows 17%. He was on top of stuff. He knew his stuff, and he was always questioning and probing to make sure to validate the things there. And if you weren't there and prepared, you weren't going to be effective in the meeting. So you got to prepare yourself for meetings. Unfortunately, sometimes it's said that senior leaders and executives often like to be the smartest people in the room. They want to talk about me and I want to prove that I'm the smartest person in the room. Well, you got to take that aside. You got to prepare and be ready for what may happen and what may not happen, but know your facts, know your figures. Go into the meeting confident and ready to go. And if you're not prepared, you're not going to do well. So if you have any questions or want to talk about something where you walked in the meeting and maybe you weren't prepared, or maybe you were prepared, I'd love to hear from you. Being vulnerable, landing a plane, being prepared in your meetings, those are effective ways to communicate upstream inside an organization. Thanks very much.